Hey y'all, if you thought king cake season was over, well I did too. Actually, Mardi Gras Day is not till tomorrow, but this probably will be the last thing that I make that's king cake related because I saw a creator on here do this the other day. I'll tag him in the caption, but it just looks so good I have to try it. I am going to take, he had an apple core, but I just have this knife and I'm just taking the center out of some Hawaiian rolls. This is 12 Hawaiian rolls, and I'm not cutting all the way through to the bottom, just about 3/4 of the way through, and pulling out the center. And now I have some cookie butter down in this sandwich bag, and I'm just going to fill each hole about halfway with some Biscoff cookie butter. I mean, it's already good. I used about half a jar of cookie butter. And in another bag, I have some room temperature cream cheese. So now I'll set this aside. And in my small pot, I'm going to take a half a stick of butter and 1/4 cup of brown sugar. I'm headed over to the stove and I'm gonna have my heat on medium and get that butter melted and the sugar melted and get those incorporated. I'm only gonna cook them for a couple of minutes. I'm not gonna bring it to a boil like I do whenever I make crack because we don't want this to harden. I don't know what it is about me lately, but I cannot remember to add the cinnamon. The key ingredient of making something taste like king cake. I just put about a teaspoon. I'm going to transfer my Hawaiian rolls onto a parchment lined baking sheet. Sometimes whenever you cook butter and brown sugar together, the butter wants to separate. Just be sure and stir it well to get that incorporated. You don't want the oil from that butter separated from the sugar. It'll just be oily and gross in your finished product. I'm gonna pour that brown sugar topping all over the top. And I'm gonna put these in the oven, 375 degrees for just about 10 minutes. While my Hawaiian roll king cakes spend the last couple of minutes in the oven, I'm going to make a little glaze to go over the top. I've got some powdered sugar, a couple of drops of vanilla, and some heavy cream. I started with about a tablespoon of heavy cream. I want this to kind of be a thick glaze, almost like an icing consistency. Because I'm gonna put it on warm and it'll melt all over the top. I think that's about right. These have been in the oven for about 10 minutes. Look and smell delicious. I'm going to put that frosting that I just made and very quickly try to spread it out all over the top. I may need to make a little bit more. I think we can make this work though. The law of supply and demand reigns supreme, just enough. And now, of course, for the finishing touch, the traditional colors of Mardi Gras: green, purple, and gold. I like to kind of sprinkle the opposite colors a little bit all over as well and kind of mix them up. Isn't that pretty? I can hardly wait to taste it. I always have trouble deciding which one I want. I always like a good outside piece, but that middle piece feels like it's got so much more Biscoff and cream cheese in it. I don't know why. It doesn't. It just feels like it might. But I'm going with my gut and I'm taking an edge piece. Look at that Biscoff and cream cheese melting out of the center. Well, that's about the best thing I've ever had. Okay, if you've been making that dong fong dupe of the king cake that I had you make that takes 2 days, go ahead and quit. Just buy you a pack of Hawaiian rolls and do this because that right there, well, this is the way I'm doing it from now on. That's delicious. Okay, happy Mardi Gras. Y'all go have a good day.